Good morning. Thank you for joining us on THV 11, streaming on THV 11 Plus. I'm Karen Fuller.
I'm Hayden Balgavy. Happy Thursday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Tracy Bean breaking down this beautiful week that we've had, has a preview of your Thursday. And Ashley King now in the house for what we hope is an easy day on the roads. And we started really good yesterday and kind of got a little traffic, a little at 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, everybody got lost.
Yeah. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah,
they ran into each other.
That's what it was.
Yeah. But hopefully none of that today.
Yeah, today is going to be a gorgeous day again, so don't have any accidents. We don't need to ruin this 10 out of 10 day. So just go slow, take your time, enjoy, again, this low humidity because things are changing. But this morning we are starting out just absolutely beautiful. Temperatures are very nice, and again, that humidity is low, meaning the dew point is low. And we're going to start things off this morning with those temperatures right around 57. So light winds this morning. They're still somewhat coming out of the north, so that's keeping things a bit cool in this portion of the state. And off to our northeast where we're seeing some of those 40s, but later today we're going to start to see things shift more southerly, and that's going to start bringing in some of that humidity and also those warmer temperatures. But today it's gorgeous. We are looking at some upper 70s, low 80s, and even those mid 80s down to our south with partly sunny skies. A few more clouds today. Now tomorrow's highs are going to change a little bit. We're looking for 89 here in central Arkansas. Will we hit 90? I think it's absolutely possible as we're heading into the afternoon. We're still going to see, again, those 90s down to our south and 92, 91, and that humidity is going to start bumping up as well. So keeping that in mind, this next weather system is going to bring in that surge of Gulf moisture. Of course, that brings in that humidity, the warmer temperatures, and also some disturbances as we're making our way into next week. So we'll talk a little bit more about this coming up in just a few minutes, but today is going to be a glorious day. Hopefully traffic will be too.
Yeah, love this forecast this week, Tracy. Great job. This is what our live traffic map looks like right now. We do not see any issues on our roads, just a lot of green, but in the sky, we're seeing a lot of orange and some yellow there. Just a beautiful sunrise here on Interstate 430 Arkansas River Bridge. So if you're coming in from North Little Rock into West Little Rock, it looks like it's going to be just the Maumelle area. It looks like it's going to be a nice drive if you're about to head out. Right now, not a lot of volume on the roads, but we'll give it another look here in just a little bit.
Developing this morning, Arkansas health and law enforcement officials are warning about a powerful new synthetic opioid now linked to the state's first confirmed overdose death.
The drug is called cyclorphene, and investigators say it was made to look like a prescription oxycodone pill. Now, officials say it can be even more potent than fentanyl. The Arkansas State Crime Lab says the deadly overdose happened here in central Arkansas. Investigators still don't know where the drug came from, but they say it was lab-made and sold as a counterfeit prescription pill.
Officials are warning that fake pills are now commonly sold online and through smartphones, making them harder to track and even more deceptive.
We not only have a opioid crisis here in Arkansas and throughout our country, but we also have a counterfeit pill crisis. And so our message is very clear. If the pill does not come from a licensed provider and does not come from a pharmacy, don't take the pill.
Harm reduction groups say overdoses linked to cyclorphene may require multiple doses of Narcan, the opiate reversal drug, because of how powerful it is. They also say there's currently no test available to detect it, raising even more concerns about counterfeit pills sold as prescription medication.
New this morning, the Utah mother convicted of killing her husband with a fentanyl-laced drink has been sentenced to life in prison without parole. 35-year-old Corey Richens was found guilty of murdering her husband in 2022 after prosecutors say she poisoned him with a Moscow Mule spiked with a lethal dose of fentanyl. The case has drawn national attention after Richens later wrote a children's book about grief following his death. A judge handed down the life sentence on what would have been her husband's 44th birthday. Richens' attorneys say they plan to appeal the conviction and sentence. She was also given additional prison time on fraud, forgery, and attempted murder convictions connected to this case.
President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping have wrapped up a high-stakes meeting in Beijing, with Taiwan emerging as the biggest flashpoint. Chinese state media reports Xi warns there could be conflict between the two countries if Taiwan is not handled properly. The warning comes as Congress has approved a $14 billion weapons package for Taiwan, a move China strongly opposes. President Trump has not yet signed the bill.
There is definitely concern that he will trade away that arms sale in exchange for something else, whether that's for assistance on Iran or some kind of economic concession.
I guess the best in the world.
Trade was also front and center during the more than 2-hour closed-door meeting. U.S. business leaders joined Trump in Beijing as both sides talked about economic cooperation, tourism, healthcare, and global conflicts, including Ukraine and the Middle East. The meeting wrapping up with the two leaders touring Beijing's Temple of Heaven. As foreign policy tensions with China and Taiwan unfold, Congress is also locked in a fight over President Trump's authority to use military force in Iran. Democrats again failed to advance a plan that would require congressional approval before any new action. Only a small group of Republicans supported it, while the White House says the president still has other legal paths to authorize force.
Rising global tensions are pushing gas prices higher, and now President Trump is proposing a federal gas tax holiday to bring those costs down.
As we reported yesterday, the plan would temporarily remove part of the tax built into what drivers pay at the pump. But experts say the relief would be limited, maybe about 13 cents a gallon on average, and it would still need congressional approval before any changes take effect.
So while Washington debates it, many drivers are looking for ways to save right now. THV 11's Tamer Knight spoke with experts on simple ways to cut costs at the pump.
The national average is right at $4.52 a gallon right now, and Arkansas is well below that. In fact, it's the 6th cheapest state in the country.
While gas prices in Arkansas are considered low compared to other parts of the country, Arkansans are still feeling the pressure at the pump.
Most businesses, we're hearing from our customers that they are spending more, and there's frustration on that, and we hear it.
The influx in cost of living may be hard to avoid, but experts are pointing out ways you can save.
I would suggest looking for businesses that have rewards programs where you can take the money you're spending and you get credit back, and you can use that as a discount at the fuel pump. That way, you're making your money work for you.
In addition to reward programs, Kroger spokesperson George Brown also suggests making use of delivery services to avoid burning gas.
If I'm going to have something delivered, many programs don't have a minimum anymore. So the delivery company is using their gas. So I'm still getting every item I need.
Less trips and better planning can also help save.
A lot of times that shoppers will come to a store sometimes 3 or 4 times a week. The best way to make your money work for you and burn less gas is to sit down and plan your trip out.
AAA says they haven't seen a decline in the number of people commuting, but suggests watching your speed and maintaining proper car maintenance.
If you're really speeding, you are burning gas at a huge pace. So you really want to keep it to the speed limit. Also, if you can check that your tires are properly inflated, that will also help you save gas money.
And at the grocery store, experts say shop smarter, not harder.
So when you're out and you're shopping, whether it's groceries or something else, look for the best deals, look for a sale.
Tamer Knight, THV 11 News.
From gas prices to gas stations, we now have a grand opening date for the new Buc-ee's in Benton. The company confirms the travel center will open August 17th. Here's a look at the work moving quickly at the site as the Texas-based chain continues its expansion into 6 new states over the next 2 years.
6:09 this morning. Arkansas hunters are taking more turkeys this season than they have in nearly 2 decades. Harvest numbers are now at their highest level since 2006. THV 11's Carter Thweet breaks down the very latest data and what may be driving the big jump in the turkey harvest.
The results are in.
The turkey harvest this year was 13,591 turkeys.
That's about 2,000 more than last year and more than any year in Arkansas since 2006.
It's a substantial increase.
So why did the number go up so much? Ask Randy Zellers with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, and he'll give you 3 main reasons.
This is attributed mainly to really good weather during the hatch season 2 years ago.
That's the first reason. More turkeys hatched 2 years ago, and those turkeys were old enough to be harvested this year. But reason number 2, a shift in the season schedule.
This year was the first year that we opened up multiple zones on different opening days.
In southern parts of the state, hunters reported turkeys were active earlier, prompting an earlier start. So here in Lonoke County, you couldn't start hunting turkeys until April 20th. But in southern parts of the state, you could start as early as April 6th. Now, did hunters actually take advantage of this system?
We are still looking at the numbers to see how many people actually did that. Hunters typically are going to have their one location that they're familiar with that they hunt, and they really don't do a lot of hopping. But turkey hunters are a little bit more nomadic than deer hunters, so we may see a little bit of zone hopping.
The third reason is simple. More turkeys equals more kills.
The increase in the harvest is an indicator of an increase in population typically. So everything else being the same, if your harvest is increasing, that means that there were more birds in the landscape to harvest.
For THV 11 News, I'm Carter Thweet.
Good stuff, Carter. Thank you. Arkansas's all-time turkey record still stands at about 19,000 birds back in 2003. Officials say that year had a longer season and hunters could take younger Jake birds. The state biologist says that rule change explains most of the difference.
And now let's check in with meteorologist Tracy Bean. The forecast to plan your day today. Tracy, hi Tracy, hi Hayden.
Hey
What's
Karen,
up?
wherever you are.
What's
Hayden, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
All right, it's a beautiful day to get outside. We are looking for plenty of sunshine today and looking for that high right around that 80-degree mark. We'll start to see those northerly winds shift a bit more southerly, and that's going to change things as we're heading into your weekend. Still looking pretty good tomorrow, but it's going to be a bit warmer, and it's also going to be a bit more humid as we're going to see some windy conditions pulling in all that moisture, all of that heat from the Gulf again, starting to make things feel a little bit different. And then as we're heading into Sunday, we do have some scattered showers possible, but also we are looking for a bigger ramp up in that rain heading into Monday and Tuesday.